When Instagram was bought by Meta for $1 billion in 2012, everyone lost their minds.
Instagram was snapped up by Facebook for $1 billion.
$1 billion for an app with 13 employees and zero revenue model.
It has currently 30 million users.
But you know what Instagram had? 30 million active users. Real people, organic engagement, and massive distribution.
Instagram was well on its way to go from 50 million users to 100 million users and keep growing. Nothing was going to stop it.
Now, the same pattern is repeating with big AI tech companies chasing opportunities. Everybody wants to invest in brands with strong distribution. And a lot of AI gurus are warning investors about an AI bubble. They're noticing a financial merry-go-round where all big tech companies are just investing in each other, but very few of them are truly making an impact. Now, this is what experts call a circular revenue. An American venture capitalist, Bill Gurley, calls it departing from clean, crisp accounting practices. So many are calling out this AI bubble, a situation where stock prices and valuations of AI companies are driven by hype instead of actual profits. In fact, pessimists are calling it a black hole. And I know that pessimists sound smart, but optimists make money. But hear me out. When the dot-com bubble popped, it left some benefit. Where many tech companies failed, a lot of dot-coms failed, but the internet survived.
Internet mania, that short-lived rush by investors to pump money into anything with a .com in its name.
Pets.com is closing down. Pets.com will sell off the majority of its assets and lay off 255 of its 320 employees.
A black hole is very different from a bubble because money is going in, but it is just not coming out. So even though most people are losing money, nobody wants to fold first because everybody wants to bet higher stakes. Private equity is now buying data centers and leasing them back, pushing debt off balance sheets and making companies look healthier than they are. And to boost profits on paper, some firms are extending server lifespans from 4 to 6 years even as AI chips become obsolete faster than ever. On the other hand, because most companies and universities are not teaching AI properly, we are on our way to massive layoffs and extreme unemployment. Now, what happens when people lose jobs? They will choose to steal, and AI will make that stealing even easier because most of our current systems are not evolved for these new AI scams. A 25-year-old woman was emotionally manipulated for 5 months by a man that she met online. On the day they planned to meet, he asked for money, disappeared, and the police later revealed he was an AI-generated entity. From bikini pictures by Grok to phone call scams, we are seeing criminals learn AI faster than civilians.
Customer क्या fraud करते हैं?
Nowadays, AI has even made it easier to convert your fully okay cake into a smudged cake as well.
तो कैसे पता चलता है कौन सच बोल रहा है कौन झूठ?
There is almost no way to determine.
The only solution is rapid education of people on the subject of AI and prompting. And it starts with preparing our professional workforce, that is fueling the GDP. And the first question should be, what should humans focus on and what kind of work should we delegate to AI? What should we teach and focus on in order to survive any potential crash? Andrew Karpathy, who co-founded OpenAI, recently highlighted how AI can only write code that has already been written before. That is why AI can take care of first-mile execution, the baseline, the first draft. But in the end, for innovation, a human will decide what will work and what will get approved. Anything that requires human context or emotions should be labeled as human-led and AI-assisted. Anything that is about following checklists or just completing objective tasks should be AI-led, human-assisted, where the human is responsible to validate what AI has created. For example, deciding a career for your child has to be human-led and AI-assisted, where the human decides her own priorities and uses AI to find information and make sense of it. But creating a sales deck for a new client based in UK, you will need AI-led, human-assisted outputs, where a tool like Gamma can maybe design the deck, a Nano Banana can make your mockups, a Higgsfield can make the promo videos, but every single slide has to be double-checked by a smart human professional. The second thing you need to focus on is building second-order thinking skills. Now, second-order thinking separates your average decision makers from great decision makers. Most people make decisions by asking only one question: what happens if I do this right now? That is called first-order thinking, where your entire visibility is just to the next outcome. For example, as a student, if you copy somebody else's homework, first order thinking would say that if I copy my homework, I will finish faster, the teacher will not notice, and I will get good marks. But second order thinking will force you to add another layer of questioning, that once I submit this copied homework, then what? When you ask, what will happen next? You move into second order thinking. So now, with this new mindset, I will probably ask myself that if I copy homework, what happens tomorrow? Well, I wouldn't actually learn the topic. Then what? I won't be prepared for actual real-life outputs when an interviewer asks me a question. And then what? I would probably not get better opportunities. And then what? I would probably earn less. This was a very simple example of second order thinking, because you look beyond the first level of impact and start observing the ripple effect and not just the first splash. Now, why is this skill so important? Because you won't get paid for just asking, oh, how can AI help me do this faster? But you will get paid when you answer what becomes possible when a certain project costs 1/10 and takes 1/10 of the time. Ideas that failed cost-benefit analysis in 2024 are now making sense, all because of AI. I'll give you another example. First order thinking will say that AI can help me write emails in a much better and a faster way. But second order thinking will be that if email writing has become easier, I can now personalize 1000 customer interactions that I previously did in bulk. What new business model does this small improvement enable? So a good checklist would be to identify what will AI make 10 times cheaper or faster in your field. Then ask what was previously impossible which is now viable. And third, build capacity and capability in that niche before more competitors arrive. 68% of CEOs now report increasing pressure to demonstrate AI returns. And that is why we are seeing chaos. In fact, every major technology wave has created chaos in the history. The printing press destroyed your scribes, but then it also created publishers. In fact, it launched the entire book industry. The internet then destroyed bookstores, but eventually created Amazon. And just like this repeating pattern, AI will destroy something, but it will create a lot of bigger things. Most people are just not going ahead the first order thinking. Now, I would recommend you to learn usage of AI in any of these three key domains: research and development, sales and marketing, and customer support. Easiest niches to make money in. In terms of AI tools, you have to know Gemini Deep Research, ChatGPT's custom GPTs, using Notebook LM, Gamma for presentations and decks, and foundations of agentic AI using make.com. These are the core basics, and you will thank me if you learn these tools on time. And I regularly repeat this very common example of how nature works and how evolution works. If you look closely at nature's pattern, you will notice that around 1000 years ago, nature practiced natural selection in humans with new diseases and new predators to filter out humans who don't evolve and learn. Now, humans eventually cracked medicine and architecture and electricity, so nature's old way of filtering weaker species got outdated because humans leveled up. Then nature said, let me give them internet, let me give them sugar and comfort, and let's see who falls for that. Humans without willpower and discipline started getting health issues, mental issues. They started losing grip on their quality of life. And now nature has raised the stakes. And with these new tactics, nature is checking who will evolve further and help her take things to the next level. The fundamental rule is that anything easy will be replicable very, very fast. So your job is to learn how to learn difficult things. The ability to learn and achieve difficult things will be a very strong and thick moat. Remember, if you can learn something in 1 month, anybody else can learn it in 1 month. And the moat is not a great product. The moat is actually distribution and building a great team that can execute all of those things. Earlier, people used to say that there is no value in great ideas. The entire value is in execution. But in 2026, ideas are going to be rare and execution is going to become a commodity. Let me know in the comment section what was your favorite lesson from this video, and do share your learnings on LinkedIn. Tag us if you make your notes, and if you want to join our offline AI Academy, then fill up the entrance form pasted in the description. We've noticed that a lot of people don't have much time to go very deep into AI. So we've started this series where we are listing down the impact of AI on multiple industries in short and concise videos. So let me know in the comment section if there is a certain industry or any niche that you want us to share an opinion on. And I hope that you're taking care of your mind and body. This was your instructor Ansh Mehra, and you are learning from the Cutting Edge School.